Yo, it is the stock market recap where I teach you how to use technical analysis, and we also go over what happened during the trading week. So let's take a look at the charts and see if we can get any insight for what has happened and what could potentially happen next week. Always, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time out to look at the videos. Make sure, if you like what you hear, hit that subscribe button. And then do me a favor, share. Sharing is caring. You like it, and you know somebody else might like it, yeah, pass them a note, man. Share, I appreciate it. Also, the chart reading class, that is going well. Pre-sale is still available. It'll be available for probably about another 2 weeks. So if you're interested, make sure you hit that link below. Also share that too for somebody else who also wants to learn, because sharing is caring. We learned that in Sesame Street. So without further ado, let's go back to those charts. Yeah, Chartland, where we all live. Let's check out the S&P. S&P closed at 4,594.62 cents, record high. 4,743.83 cents made the prior week. So during this week, we have witnessed a nice sell-off here. We haven't had one of those in quite some time here. So let's remind ourselves, let's check out the chart and see how the market has performed before when we had sell-offs. We had it says 2.27% sell-off this week. Here we are. This one, let's take a look back and see any other sell-offs, how they happened. Okay? Not that long ago, we had some sell-offs and we bounced. All right? Not bad. Here's one. We recovered. Here's another. All right? Similar size. Recovered. Another one. We had about a 2-week slide. The market stayed on track and recovered. Take a look here. Here's another one. We had a wishy-washy week after those two. Lo and behold, the trend recovered. Here's a big one. The next week, we recovered. And finally, here's another one. Next week, we recovered. So based on all of this that we just looked at, okay, we've had recoveries every single time the market has dropped. So we have really no point of concern at this point, because every time the market has dropped during this run, we recovered. So I'm not concerned. Our levels aren't violated. This is just a normal, regular part of trading. We had a down day. Can't have an up day every single week. You know what I'm saying? You just cannot have up weeks every week. It's unrealistic. So I wouldn't worry about this. We just had a record high and we're still above levels. All right, that's the S&P. Let's check out the Russell, and we use ticker IWM. The Russell closed at 222.85. Man, we fell off a cliff. Record high was made 3 weeks ago, 244.46. All right, we're back in the zone, ladies and gentlemen. We have moved up. We made a strong move. Last week I indicated how I really didn't like how that move wasn't held up. Showed really a lack of strength. And here we are back in almost the bottom end of the zone. Interestingly enough, we're testing out our 50-day moving average. You see that it got down to that 50-day and made its move back before it closed. That could be a good signal. For right now, that 50-day is still king, as champion of things here. And as long as it's respected, can hold the weight, then the market will follow. That's what I'm going to keep an eye on for IWM. The zone, we realize that it can get pushed out of. So knowing that, with that activity that happened back there, I wouldn't be surprised if we recover and get back above 230 with some ease. That is IWM. Let's check out the Dow. That is going to be $DJI for those of us on Think or Swim. Dow closed at 34,899. 34 cents. Record high was made 3 weeks ago, 36,565 and 73 cents. And the Dow kind of looks similar to the Russell. But we had a breakout and it fell. And it's back in its zone that it traded for a while too. Now, what I'm looking to see here is this lower level should be defended. Hopefully it doesn't get there, but in the event that it does, we're going to keep an eye on it. That's around 33,800. All right, 33,800. If that can hold up, if we get tested in that area, then we're good. I don't think we're going to go down that low. I think we may get down to around this level, around that 35-ish area, which we did test out during the week, and it held up. I'm not concerned here because the trend obviously is still intact. We're still moving higher. As long as that's going on, we're good. So that is the Dow. And finally, let's check out the Nasdaq, and we use ticker NDX in order to follow that one. Dow closed at 16,025.58, and record high was made also the prior week of 16,764.86. Now, interesting. The Nasdaq, this has made a bearish engulf. Okay, and a bearish engulf candle formation is when this big red candle here engulfs the candle before it, which is typically green. This can signal a reversal or at least a pause in the trend. We're going to see what can potentially happen with this formation. Now, also, these can be bullish, and they can be bullish only because if they fail to make a move lower. We're going to keep an eye on this, and the level that we're going to first keep an eye on right now is this 15,800. We'll just call it that. We're going to keep an eye on that on the Nasdaq to see if that's going to hold up. If that holds up, party on. The trend is still intact. I'm not going to worry about this one either. So, to go over all four of the indexes, let's take a look. Okay, S&P made a record high, and it started to move lower. We had about a 2% down day on that, but that's fine because we looked at the chart and we've seen any other moves lower have been followed up at least within a week of moving back, right? They've recovered. So S&P, fine. IWM was the one that I'm concerned about the most because that took a big drop. That's back at the lower level of its old range. It's also being held up by its 50 days. So we're going to see if that 50-day can hold up the weight of the Russell. Now, the Dow looks kind of sort of like the Russell here, where it made a move, and we have potential for a fake out or breakout, one or the other. Breakout would be to the downside, fake out would be back, going up if it holds its weight. So it's back in its range, we're keeping an eye on it. And lastly, the strongest of the four has been the Nasdaq. However, now it's flashed a signal of a potential slowdown of either a reversal or a why did I just blank out there? Or at least a pause in its trend. So we're keeping an eye on all four. All four have shown some signals of weakness, at least over that week, a short week, but we can easily recover this week and talk about this week like it never happened. So that is it for this week's recap. More importantly, we always want to make sure that we talk about money is good, but health is wealth. Take care of yourself out there. Make sure you take care of yourself because nobody else is going to do that for you. Health is wealth. Make sure you get your water. Make sure you go outside, get you some fresh air, and make sure you spend time with people that you love. Live, laugh, and love. Everybody always wants more time, never more money. Okay? That can be something that could be controversial. However, at the end of the day, everybody wants more time. Take care of yourself. Make sure that your time is valuable. And we'll catch you next week. All right? Peace.